What's going on, you guys? AJ Tucker here with AJ Self-Defense. On this video, I want to talk about Lee Macmillan. She was a YouTube star. She recently died on March 26th via suicide. And I want to talk about it because it goes into the realm of mental health. Her dad talked about how she had cyberbullies, and it affected her. And here's the thing, everybody has trolls and this and that, and it affects people on different levels. And the reason why this hit me pretty, because I've never heard of her until today, until this morning when I saw that she had died by suicide. But someone in my family had a situation where she was going through cyberbullying, and it was pretty bad. It was years ago, but it was cyberbullying through Twitter. And I was in the Army at the time, and I was away, and it affected her greatly. And she had to go through a lot of stuff, a lot of treatment and things of that nature. So when people think about trolls and cyberbullying, if it's not affecting you, if you're not big on social media or whatever, then you're not like, you can't really appreciate how can it affect you. Now, there's politicians out there, there's superstars out there, there's people that's big time on social media, and they can deal with the trolls, they can deal with the cyberbullies. But for some people, their following, is very important to them, and they get in. When I say get involved with their following, I mean that, they answer questions, they care what they say, and so when the trolls start to come, that affects them too. Just like those positive reinforcements, those positive comments, it like lifts them up, it motivates and drives them. The trolls can do the exact opposite. And she put out an article in 2019 of how she was feeling depressed. Let me back up a little bit. So she was a YouTube star, and she would post about herself and her travels. She would go to places like Australia and just different places all over the world. And so one day in 2019, she posted about how she was really anxious, really depressed. And she's only showing you guys the good parts, the snippets, the parts where she's, living a good life. But other than that, she's having a very difficult time. And so that was definitely a cry for help right there. There was definitely a warning. But how do you, one post out of so many other posts, people are not going to come in and try to help and try to give her the guidance that she needs. I'm sure her dad did. I'm sure her dad did, and the people close to her did. But the overwhelming amount of fans that she had, they probably saw it and just say, "Oh, okay, it's okay, girl." And then when she showed a picture of her like doing well, they was like, "Oh, I guess she's good." But the trolls, they're just gonna troll regardless, and they get off on that kind of stuff. And I'm all for freedom of speech, but the fact that a troll can get on an anonymous account and they can say pretty much anything they want to. Sorry about that, my lighting. Hold on one second.
Speaker mode. Ready to connect.
Oh, there we go. All right. Hey man, I'm getting used to this stuff. But anyway, the fact that a troll can get on the internet and they can just say anything they want to anybody, and they can hide behind an anonymous account, something is off about that. So freedom of speech is great, but you should identify yourself if you're gonna troll. Or if you make a bad comment, there should be some type of button you can press where it says, "Hey, bro, you gotta verify yourself. You gotta put a legit picture up, or whatever. You got to put yourself out, something. With all this technology out, there's ways that people can make verified accounts, and they can get on platforms where you can't make fake accounts. It can only be verified accounts. Now, I know if there was a platform like that, there would be other problems on the other end where people who really need to hide their identity, they won't be able to get on. But if you really need to hide your identity, then why in the hell are you getting on? So there has to be some type of accountability, because like just little words, they're so cheap, they're so easy to just type, and they can have just a devastating effect on somebody. I'm not saying that's the only reason why she committed suicide, but I'm pretty sure that's something that pushed her a little closer and closer. And people, man, some people are like predators. They know they're having an effect on that person, and they will ramp it up and they will keep it going. And if that person ends up committing suicide, they will have no remorse for it. They'll be like, okay, on to the next one. Who's next? And so when it comes to the cyberbullying, there really has to be some some type of repercussions. I don't know what that is, besides figuring out who that person is and going to their house and showing them some love, some tough love. But I know that's against the law. And I don't know, man. So, just wanted to talk about, suicide and awareness and cyberbullying and the impact that it can have on people. Not just a YouTube star. I see it all the time happening with kids in high school. One kid will bully them, and then somebody else will bully them, and then it will get to the point to where they share that message, and wherever that kid goes, you have people that they don't even know that's bullying them on cyber and bullying them in real life. And so it can really turn into it can really spiral out of control for some people. Anyway, that's all I got, man. I'll see you on the next one.